This video will showcase the popular retirement expat town of Boquete, Panama. We will discuss why it's a great tourist destination, why younger people are starting to move there, and what I saw while trying to determine if I want to live here as a potential expat. Welcome to Boquete, Panama. Boquete, translated to English as the gap or the opening, known as the Valley of the Flowers, might as well be called the town of rainbows because they seem to be a common sight here. Situated in the highlands, Boquete is extremely picturesque and has a population that's in a range of around 20,000 to 30,000 people. It has one of the largest North American expat communities, but also has expats from all over the world. Boquete is a mountain town that is located in the Chiriquí province of Panama. It is around a 30-minute drive from David, around a 6-hour drive or a 45-minute plane ride from Panama City, and around a 4-hour drive from mainland Bocas del Toro. I took a half-hour boat ride from the main island in Bocas to Almirante for $5, and then a 4-hour van taxi service from Almirante to Boquete for $30. It was an extremely scenic ride that really showed some of the beauty that Panama has to offer. It also can test your driving skills. There were a lot of potholes. With temperatures that can have lows around 60 degrees and highs around 80 degrees, I can see why so many retirees settle here. Most people in Boquete don't have to use heating or AC systems. I visited in January and was actually cold after a 5-day trip in Bocas del Toro. I have no idea why because it was in the low 70s. That said, the temperature in Boquete changes in elevation, which can add to its appeal for those who want cooler temperatures. Panama is below the hurricane belt but can still receive rains from them. That means that Panama should not receive a direct hit from a hurricane, but outer bands can be a problem. Boquete can have a heavy rainy season and can also have strong winds. So if you're thinking about moving there, try to experience both the dry and rainy seasons. Actually, that goes for any part of Panama, and current expats and relocation gurus stress this. Boquete can have some power outages from time to time, which can be a concern for those that conduct online business, but a lot of expats have generators or other backup power supplies to handle these occurrences. Is the water in Boquete safe to drink? Well, that depends on your stomach sensitivity and your level of comfort. Boquete has its own municipal drinking water that's usually safe to drink. You might experience low water pressure or an occasional boil water notice, but there are people that have wells, reverse osmosis systems, over-the-counter filtration, or some just use bottled water. Several homes in Boquete are hooked up to septic tanks for wastewater treatment. There is a small packaged wastewater treatment plant that services downtown Boquete. There's a debate regarding if toilet paper can be flushed or not. Just remember, just because something can be flushed does not mean it can be treated. Driving around Boquete, you can see that it's a vibrant town. There are several restaurants that might suit your taste buds. With the large expat population, you can find a lot of community events that take place in Boquete. For example, you can find volunteer opportunities, live music events, bars, international jazz festivals, coffee and flower festivals as well. Okay, with all of these great amenities, one has to wonder about the cost of living. Many homes have mountain views. Rental prices can range from $250 per month to over $2,000 per month, depending on your taste and your budget. Most, not all of the rentals and homes come fully furnished. You can live in a house, an apartment, or in a gated community. There seems to be something for everyone who wants to live in this area. That said, because this is a popular expat community, you might find higher prices than some other parts of Panama, but deals can be made. They have shopping centers, supermarkets, produce stands, and stores in town, but some people do their major shopping in David, which is a city about a half-an-hour drive away from Boquete. We'll cover shopping in David in the next video, but here's a sneak peek of what their equivalent to a Costco or Sam's Club looks like. One question that most future expats inquire about is the healthcare system. The Boquete area has some highly recommended doctors from current expats, and some of them will even make house calls. There are places that have ambulance services. You can find clinics, hospitals in David, which is a half-an-hour away, and dentists in Boquete or David. You can find a lot of agriculture, farms, and coffee plantations in Boquete. I saw a lot of greenhouses, organic produce, and coffee farms. Boquete is known for having the best coffee in Panama, and the geisha beans, which originated in Ethiopia, have received prizes at auction for around $1,000 a pound. You heard me correctly. $1,000 a pound. I would be remiss if I did not discuss critters. You might see new animal species like this little guy. You might also encounter snakes, scorpions, lizards, geckos, and spiders. That said, this city slicker was inspecting her shoes before putting them on each and every time. While most people associate Boquete with those that are retired, younger people are moving there as well. There are also a lot of tourist activities one can do. I saw biker groups, climbing walls, coffee tours, hiking trails. You can even hike up a dormant volcano. There's so much for visitors and residents to do here. When I come back, I want to try the geisha coffee tasting. I have to do the rum tasting. Oh heck, I really want to do all of these, even though this hanging bridge one looks scary. If you have watched any of my previous videos on Panama, you know that I have cerebral palsy, so I'm always scanning how easy it is to navigate for those with mobility issues. I was able to walk around from my hotel to the town square with no major issues, but some of the sidewalks were deteriorating, steps to access the sidewalks were not always uniform, and you might not always have a railing to hold on to. Boquete has so much to offer for visitors and those that want to call it home. Let's take a more in-depth look at this popular destination. Sit back, relax, and let's see more of Boquete.